Hey guys, Ms. Thomas here. This is the asynchronous video for Business Math B Unit 6. I'm going to use this opportunity to do a brief course review with you guys. Specifically, I have identified the top 5 concepts that tend to get missed on the final exam. And whether that is due to it just being a topic you haven't seen since the beginning of class, a topic that is truly a little bit difficult, a topic that is worded in a confusing way, maybe a little trick that you're not seeing when you read the prompt. Whatever the reason, we'll take a look again at the top 5 um, concepts that I tend to see missed on the final exam. So let's get started. And these are actually in order, kind of importance. And by that I mean this one tends to get missed the most, this one tends to get missed the second most, third most, fourth most, and fifth most. So again, these are the reason that they're not in order of lesson number is because I ordered them due to how frequently I tend to see them missed on the final. So we're going to start with lesson 2, using cost of living adjustments and merit increases to calculate salaries. Okay, so again, this is a review, so I'm not going to go through it in quite as much detail as I may have done in earlier videos this term. If you need to see any of these concepts worked out in greater detail, go back and either revisit my asynchronous videos from the appropriate weeks or check out the help videos I have. Again, I'll try to keep this a little bit brief. So Daphne is a physical therapist. After her annual performance review, she received a merit increase of 7.5% and a cost of living increase of 2.5%. Her annual salary after the increase was $159,925. So what was her annual salary before the 2 increases took effect? So first, remember that your final exam is open note. So what I would do, you're not going to have the normal context clues that tell you exactly what lesson you're going to be looking at, right? The things are going to appear in random order. So more important than ever is just taking a moment to identify they're asking you for annual salary before raises took effect. This is when I would grab your equation reference sheet. You can look at the shorter version, which is just the running list of equations, or the kind of more extended version where I have it broken down lesson by lesson with some keywords and equations. It's up to you which one works best. And I would find that equation, which is your annual salary is going to be your present salary. Your new salary is going to be your present salary plus whatever your cost of living increase gives you plus whatever your merit increase gives you. Now remember, when we talk about cost of living and merit, here they're talking about them in terms of dollars. All that is ever given to you in the prompt usually is what their percentage is. Okay, so you can't just plug in percentages for these. This is the merit increase or cost of living increase percent. This is the merit increase percent. So remember, if I want to know what my cost of living adjustment is, well, it is based off of your original salary. So for example, cost of living adjustment, which I'll abbreviate, would be equal to, they said 2.5%, so converting to a decimal, times that present salary, right? Your cost of living adjustment is 2.5% of your present salary. So you multiply 0.025 times that present salary to get cost of living adjustment. And then you would do the same thing with merit increase. So for merit, they told us that it is a 7.5% increase. So they're increasing your present salary by 7.5%. So that looks like this. Convert 7.5 to a decimal times that present salary. Okay, so this is how you get the dollar amounts for each of these. Now, here, of course, we don't know what present salary is. So my suggestion for solving these ones is to let x equal present salary and then write out your equation in terms of x. And here's what I mean. New salary. They told us that the new salary is $159,925, so you can plug that in. Next, plug in X for present salary, right? Plug in X for present salary. This is cost of living adjustment, right? It's cost of living adjustment in terms of present salary. And again, I replaced present salary with X. And that's just to kind of keep things shorter and a little bit easier to deal with. So that's cost of living adjustment. Next, I plugged in merit increase percent, 0.075 times present salary. So you see that here, right? And again, all I did was instead of writing present salary, I wrote X. So I've got present salary plus my phrase for cost of living adjustment plus merit increase. Okay, so the big trick for this one, because I feel like most students can get to this step on memory pretty well, the common mistake is when you're simplifying. So we have x plus 0.025x. Here, let me erase that. X plus 0.025x plus 0.075x. The common mistake is forgetting that x has a coefficient of 1. So this is really 1x plus 0.025x plus 0.075x. Again, the common mistake is forgetting that x is equal to 1x. So when you add these together, you need to account for that. And we end up with 1.1x. Okay? From there, it's a matter of dividing, and we find that x is equal to, let's see, 145,386.36. Okay, rounded to the nearest cent. Another kind of side note, so again, forgetting that x is equal to 1x is the common mistake on this problem type. But one other thing, pay attention to how they ask you to round on the final exam. Here I rounded to the nearest cent, but there might be times when they ask you to round to the nearest dollar, to the nearest hundred, to the nearest thousand. So just pay attention to that so you don't miss a problem on a technicality. Okay, but that's it for this example. So again, calculating cost of living adjustments and merit increases to calculate salaries from lesson 2. Keep in mind, when you're adding up your like terms, you need to remember that x is equal to 1x.